25 centuries ago, in India, a human being of incomparable purity dedicated his life to help his fellow beings emerge from the darkness of suffering. His name was Gautama, the Buddha. The Vipassana International Academy near Mumbai, India is the main center for the practice and study of meditation in the tradition of Sayaji Ubachin, as taught by S.N. Goenka. The academy, which covers an area of 64 acres, is called Dhammagiri, which means Hill of Dhamma. Vipassana meditation is the essence of what the Buddha practiced and taught. It is a simple, practical way to achieve real peace of mind and to lead a happy, useful life. Vipassana means to see things as they really are. It is a logical process of mental purification through self-observation. Vipassana does not encourage people to withdraw from society. Rather, it strengthens them to face all the ups and downs of life in a calm and balanced way. Established in 1976, Dhammagiri's activities have grown manifold in the past 31 years, and the campus has blossomed. Apart from ongoing 10-day retreats, longer courses are periodically offered for more advanced students. The meditation complex has been constructed on the highest part of the site, the Shanti Pathar, or Plateau of Peace. A pagoda, the teacher's residence, and 4 meditation halls are also located here. The pagoda is a hollow structure with 371 individual meditation cells. Externally, the pagoda has been deliberately modeled and elaborately decorated in the style of the Shwedagon Pagoda in Myanmar. The campus has comfortable accommodation for at least 500 students in areas segregated for men and women, which include separate dining halls and walking areas. Continuous gardening, landscaping, and tree planting have transformed the site, helping to provide a harmonious atmosphere which is deeply beneficial to the meditators. Alongside Dhammagiri, there are 2 new centers exclusively for courses that last longer than 20 days. One of them, Dhammatapovan 1, built in 2000, spreads over an area of 4 acres. There are comfortable individual accommodations for 85 men and 55 women in segregated areas. There is also a pagoda with 200 individual meditation cells, a Dhamma hall for group meditation, and separate dining halls for male and female students. In addition to these meditation centers is the Vipassana Research Institute, which conducts research into the theory and practice of Vipassana meditation. The Vipassana Research Institute has completed the monumental task of publishing the entire Pali Tipitak and allied commentarial literature of more than 140 volumes in Devanagari Pali.
Along with this continued application.
The ongoing publication of books, CDs, and DVDs by the principal teacher S.N. Goenka is undertaken by the Vipassana Research Institute as one of its main objectives. The spiritual director of Dhammagiri is S.N. Goenka, a former businessman whose family had settled in Myanmar some generations before. Mr. Goenka learned Vipassana from Sayaji Ubakhin, the respected lay meditation teacher and high government official, who was a disciple of Saya Teji, who in turn learnt it from Venerable Lady Sayadaw. In 1969, after 14 years of studying meditation and assisting Ubakhin, Mr. Goenka travelled to India as his teacher's representative and began to give courses in Vipassana. The theory and practice of pure Dhamma, lost to India over the centuries but carefully preserved in Myanmar, had returned to the land of the Buddha.
The more and more you keep on realizing the reality about yourself by the practice of Vipassana, it will become clearer and clearer. Certain realities will become very clear.
To learn Vipassana, it is necessary to take a 10-day residential course under the guidance of a qualified teacher. During the retreat, students remain within the course site, having no contact with the outside world. Reading, writing, and all religious practices are suspended. Students follow a demanding daily schedule, which involves about 10 hours of sitting meditation. They also observe silence, not communicating with fellow students. However, they are free to discuss meditation questions with the teacher and material problems with the management. The day begins at 4:30 in the morning with meditation. Breakfast is served at 6:30, followed by group meditation in the hall and instructions from the teacher. Individual meditation then continues, and the teacher checks students on their progress. There are 3 steps to learning Vipassana. First, students practice Sila, abstaining from actions which cause harm. They undertake 5 moral precepts, practicing abstention from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and use of intoxicants. The observation of these precepts allows the mind to calm down sufficiently to proceed further. Second, for the first 3.5 days, students practice Anapan meditation, focusing attention on the breath. This practice of Samadhi helps to develop concentration and control over the unruly mind. These first 2 steps of living a wholesome life and developing control of the mind are necessary and very beneficial, but they are incomplete unless the 3rd step is taken, purifying the mind of underlying negativities. The 3rd step, undertaken for the last 6.5 days, is the practice of Vipassana. One penetrates one's entire physical and mental structure with the clarity of insight. Old students, meaning meditators who have completed 1 or more Vipassana course in this tradition, are allotted individual cells in the pagoda. This enables them to work more independently and seriously. Lunch is served at 11 a.m. Simple, nutritious vegetarian food is provided at the center to suit both Asian and Western tastes. A 2-hour break in the middle of the day gives meditators an opportunity to rest, do their washing or take some walking exercise outside. The teacher is available for individual student interviews at this time. Meditation and checking continues in the afternoon. After the final session of group meditation, a taped evening discourse by S.N. Goenka clarifies each day's practice.
फिर किसी ऐसे लोगों के हाथ में पड़ गई, ये बिगड़ते नष्ट हो गई। तो भाई ये भारत में 2000 वर्षों से नष्ट है, विलुप्त है। तो अपने यहाँ की बहुत पुरानी विद्या होते हुए भी आज तो हमको बड़ी नई सी लगती है कि हम तो ऐसे ध्यान करना जानते हैं, हमने तो किताबों में पढ़ा ध्यान इस तरह का होता है।
The teacher is again available after the discourse to answer questions, and students retire to bed by 9:30 p.m. On the 10th day of the course at 9 a.m., meditators practice Metta Bhavna, which means loving kindness, after which noble silence ends. There is no charge whatsoever for the teaching. Costs are met by the donations of grateful students of past courses who have experienced the benefits of Vipassana and who wish to give others the same unique opportunity. The course finishes on the morning of the 11th day. The retreat closes with the practice of Metta Bhavna, in which the purity developed during the course is shared with all beings.
Of observing the reality about oneself within oneself. Whenever I generate anger or hatred or ill will, I shout in anger, I make the entire atmosphere so tense. Anyone who comes in contact with me at that time becomes miserable. Then it becomes clearer and clearer. Whole life, this is what I have been doing. I have been making myself miserable. I have been making others miserable. I suffered myself. I made others suffer. This was not the right way of life. I didn't know how to live. I didn't know the art of living. Now with the practice of Vipassana, one starts learning the art of living. One progresses further on the path.
Today, courses in this tradition are held at over 130 centers in Asia, Australia, Africa, America, and Europe.
That by generating, I become myself miserable.
Thousands of teenagers and school children in India are being introduced to Dhamma. Short courses designed especially for children are conducted in India and in centers around the world. Developing concentration with awareness increases the child's capacity of understanding, memory, and expression. Negativities gradually start giving way to more peaceful and respectful behavior at home and in society. Vipassana courses are being held in many prisons in India. The most important among them being a Vipassana center in Tihar Central Prison, Dhamma Tihar, New Delhi. Along with 10-day courses, Tihar is the only prison in the world where a 20-day course is conducted every year. An individual meditation cell complex has also been constructed here. Thousands of inmates are receiving the path of liberation within the very walls of their prison. Although Vipassana has been preserved in the Buddhist tradition, it contains nothing of a sectarian nature and can be accepted and applied by people of any background. Courses are open to anyone sincerely wishing to learn the technique, irrespective of race, caste, faith, or nationality. Hindus, Jains, Muslims, Sikhs, Buddhists, Christians, Jews, as well as members of other religions have all successfully practiced Vipassana. Suffering arising from greed, hatred, and ignorance is a universal condition facing all humanity. The way beyond suffering is likewise universal. More and more people from every walk of life are experiencing the tangible benefits of Vipassana meditation.